Commitment. What is it about making commitments to ourselves? Do you keep those commitments to yourself? If you say, I'm not going to have sugar today, or I'm going to stop eating that, or I'm not going to message this person, I'm going to stop that habit. How good are we in keeping that commitment to ourselves? I'm Elana Meta. Welcome to this week's Wild Wednesday, bringing to you conversations around intimacy, the word fuck, and you living in a body you trust. Commitments. It's so much easier to keep a commitment to someone else, a project, a friend, someone that we are accountable to. Yet when the commitment comes to keeping that commitment to ourselves, why is it so easy for it to be broken? For us to just, brush it off, like, whatever, and make the perfect excuse why we broke that commitment with ourselves. It's a delicate thing because I believe a lot of us focus on instant gratification rather than being able to focus on the larger understanding of why we're choosing to be committed to something in the first place. So if I'm committed to something for, say it's something around food, like I'm not going to have any sugar. Why? Because I want to lose weight. Okay, sure. So that type of commitment to myself doesn't have legs to it, doesn't have this strength that if I am not going to eat sugar because it's going to give me more focus, it's going to give me more sense of positivity and cultivating trust and belief in myself. It's going to build my self-esteem because I'm also building this layer of trust that I can do what I say that I'm going to do, and that is a stand of self-love for myself. So when I choose to be in the commitment of self-love rather than just losing weight, it's like I got nothing to lose besides, losing this commitment to myself. But if I actually say that by breaking this commitment, I'm breaking a commitment of self-love, it is a very strong indicator around, am I creating commitments that I'm breaking, which is a reflection that I'm actually not in a place of loving myself. And if that's the case, now what? What do I do when I'm clearly showing myself that I don't know how to fully love myself when it just comes to me? And this is a helpful thing to realize around instant gratifications of moments to larger purpose commitments, and being committed to something greater than ourselves actually allows us to show up for ourselves in a deeper state of self-love. So, self-love is a choice, and it is a commitment. It's work. It takes practice. As I might show up many times in a self-sabotaging habit before I actually shift into a habit of loving myself. And can we go on that courageous journey where it might be really painful to have an awareness that I am not loving myself. I am constantly choosing a story of unworthiness, of self-sabotage, of meeting instant gratification, rather than meeting a commitment to myself that is proving my worth, my self-love in a greater commitment that I've said that I wanted to stand in. So there's a threshold, there's a turning point where if I am willing to go through this transitional point from one habit to the next simply by repeating experiences over and over and over again that show me the choice point of self-sabotage and fear to the choice of positivity and love, that choice point and having that awareness to it, eventually there will be this crossover where I am not going to do that anymore because I'm done letting myself down. I'm done being the victim of my own story. I'm done proving to myself that I can't show up for myself. And it's going to come from meeting that and courageously choosing a different story, choosing one where you matter, where your commitments you can trust because you are trustworthy, and you get to feel that sense of trust within yourself, because when you feel that trust in yourself, you can really authentically show up to external commitments that you make with others and your passions. So how can you find that deeper sense of purpose, that deeper sense of commitment with yourself, and holding that intention so true that that transforms every other thing that transpires when it comes to commitments in your life? Because what is life besides our word, besides our commitment? And if we can't meet that commitment in ourselves, how can we really show up to life around us? So it is that practice, because when we meet that authenticity and that vulnerability in this really hard transition, but it is a courageous path, and it is amazing, because on that other side is your happiness, is your fulfillment, is that sense of belonging within yourself that allows you to actually attract other relationships and larger commitments that you know that you are here to connect to. I hope this was helpful. All my love, and tune in next week.